السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Inshallah, we will continue to study Balad, and today we are on verse 10. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. We said this is a very interesting subject. We touched upon it last week, as far as I remember, but from the way that the verse says, وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ, it means we created you and we guided you, or we shown you or them the two highways of right and wrong. It means Najdain is a big road, but two of them. That is very important. We said we have to pay attention to this point because this point is quite interesting for us. We are such creatures. This is a very important matter, that we have to locate ourselves in the creation. Now, we are given two options, and we are set free. But we have to make we are expected to make a right decision rather than wrong decision. We are not left on our own to make the right and left. Which one is right, which one is wrong? Well, we are given the ability to distinguish between right and wrong. But freedom to follow this way or another way is another matter, a different subject. Let's look at how the creation is taking place. On the one hand, there are now, I'm using some language which are not discussed details, while our subject is different. There are angels. It means every creature reflects the qualities of their creator directly, with no difficulties. And they have not given this two right and highways, it means choices. I mean, I would say, we just prepared them two ways. One goes one direction, the other one goes to another direction. It means opposing. What is that? It's opposing right and wrong, true and false. That's what we know. The angels obey God and perform whatever the duty they are given. Here are the universe coming from an absolute source of creator, and this source, which is the creator, if you like, his qualities are absolute. His qualities turn into transient, limited, and different forms of creation and continuously renewed. So the manifestation of the absolute qualities, infinite qualities, we see them reflecting themselves in a limited place, or that every single being needs an absolute source to give its existence. The qualities demonstrate their source must be absolute, but the created form is transient and limited. For example, when you see a creature, any creature, let's say you see the cat in your maybe in your house or somewhere. Everybody sees the dogs nowadays everywhere. So when you see a dog, in its creation, every single cell is perfectly created, continuously changing. Now we know that we question what is changing this cell and what's the force behind it. We understand that it is changing according to the conditions of the whole universe. Now, fine. It means the one who created the whole universe must have created this cell. So did we get something? They reflect the absolute qualities, but at the same time on a transient and limited base. But is there any way for these creatures not to be as they are willed by their creator to be? No, they obey completely with no hesitation. Fine. On the other hand, we human beings see it and say that we of course, this kind of manifestations of the qualities of the names, we say the angelic side of creation, pointing to their source. That is called angelic side of the creation, because the angels is presented to us through revelation, and they are described as they receive whatever the order they receive, whatever the will or the manifestation of the will in the form of a command they receive, they perform it with no hesitation. They have no other option. But the observer human beings have options. That is what we are. For us, we can say this creation is or must be given existence by an absolute being, or we see nowadays many examples of this, the second option. They say, no, it's happening by itself. Okay, that is the option. Human beings are given huge quality. We can observe all kinds of manifestations of the qualities of the creator and find out he must be all powerful. He must be all knowledgeable. He must know everything. Lots of qualities we can. Shangham says, can you kindly repeat how angels carry out the command of the creator? Sorry, command. Yeah, command, yes. Now, we have to look from our side, our aspect. Angelic side of the creation points to the absolute source of the existence. We call it simply meanings, but these meanings are represented in the Quran as angels. We cannot say, we cannot explain, or we cannot display in any way within the conditions of this universe. Look at the angel. He's receiving the command and coming and doing it like a worker. Well, that is not our capacity. That's not our responsibility either. What is our responsibility? To look at the universe, see matter out there, and the matter is given existence in such a way that it cannot be given existence by something other than the creator of the whole universe. Now, from there, we conclude that not the matter side, but if you like, a matter side, which is described in the Qur'an, melekutiyya. Melekutu samawati wal ard. Walahu melekutu samawati wal ard. From there, we borrow the vocabulary and say, angelic side of the creation, it means the meaning we extract from it. Everybody extracts from it if they are not conditioned, if they don't condition themselves. So when you look at the universe, you conclude that the matter is given existence in such a way by not itself, but something else. Something else, because matter itself is subject to the manifestation of the creatorship, power, knowledge, wisdom, will, forming, shaping, beautifying, designing, and for a purpose, compassionately, in a useful way, wisely. We understand that the absolute creator, these qualities must belong to the one who created the whole universe at the same time. Absolute qualities. These absolute qualities are or must have been transformed into this form, and this transformation side, which we don't see, we see what? Matter, and our reasoning capacity concludes that this matter cannot act by itself. That's why the Quran says, Revelation says, angels bring the command and execute it. We say, oh yeah, that's what I observed, something. I don't know, I haven't seen angels, I don't have to see, I don't see the meaning manifesting itself, but it's a typical example. When I read the book, I am definitely sure a conscious author has written it. How do I know that? Did I see it? No. Did I see him writing? No. Did I see the author? No. But I am sure author's knowledge in the hand of author's will manifested in this book as I am reading now. Now, this is, of course, a created two sides, created examples. I'm not saying absolute knowledge is manifesting. I am saying a man's knowledge, a person's knowledge is reflecting. But when we look at the universe, we have to expand this example. The source is absolute. So absolute source turns into limited manifestation. This transformation must be performed by something, through something. This transformation, the creator, of course, must have been doing in such a way that it appears to me in the form of perfectly created matter, perfectly located matter. So, from there, when we hear the word from Revelation, from scriptures, they keep talking about angels. Quran says angelic side of the universe points to the angels. And we have to accept that the universe cannot consist of only matter. The book cannot consist of only paper. But this is obvious. There must be something behind it. So that is what this angelic side I have to accept as a honest human being. I mean, a person who is consistent within himself. So we have to come back to the subject now. I don't know whether it is a satisfactory answer, because when you say how the angels, let me read the sentence now. How angels carry out? No, it is not a right question for a human being. Why? We are not seeing angels, and I cannot explain how is it. But what I can say easily, this matter must have another aspect in it, which is called angelic side. In the language of the Quran, I say, well, if it is so, then I must accept it with this news that the angels are behind the matter, employed by the Creator. Yeah, that is what I see behind the matter. There must be something behind paper. There must be some qualities manifesting in them, in the book. So I say there must be a creator, and he must have used, and I don't know, nowadays people use computer, but the computer, we can, again, he used his finger and employed the keyboard. And before, we easily understand, employed the pen, pencil, something like that. Or if he's speaking, employed the recorder. And transferred his abstract knowledge on the book, which is not abstract, which is concrete book, paper, but what the shapes of the ink demonstrates the knowledge. Okay. But it is not our subject. We are studying angel today. What we are saying, as far as our subject is concerned, one side of creation directly manifests the truth. The other side of creation for human being, we can imagine the opposite. That is how the Quran says, وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. It means we have guided the man to two paths, two ways. It is translated highways. One of them is right, saying that this universe must have a creator, and this universe cannot consist of matter, but it has meaning manifested in it. And the opposite is, no, it is just acting by itself. This option, the second option, has no rationally acceptable base. Why? Matter has no free will, no power, no knowledge. How can it change itself? How can it perfect itself? How can it turn itself into a cat, for example? How? It has no free will, no knowledge, no purpose, no consciousness. We say, no. This universe must have a conscious source of existence. All right. That's our subject is actually today. The next one here. Let me say. فَلَا اقْتَحَامَ الْعَقَبَةَ. now, because I'm using this presenter's notes there, so to see them. But he would not try to ascend the steep uphill road. No. What is uphill road? Aqaba. The road going up, climbing is different. What is that? What is different? Sorry, did I say different? What's wrong? Difficult. Hard. What is hard there? Why? Do we think to see the book and read the meaning, full sentences on it, and come to a conclusion, it must have a writer? Is it hard for a human being to conclude this rationally? As a human being, use your intelligence. It is given to you. All the qualities, human qualities, confirm it. Is it hard? No. What is hard then for me? Because, look at this, the previous verses were speaking about what? Let's go there, and I have to do some things here. Now, أَلَمْ نَجْعَلْ لَهُ عَيْنَيْنِ, have we not given a human being two eyes, a deliberate creation? وَلِسَانًا وَشَفَتَيْنِ, have we not given them a tongue and the two lips so that it functions perfectly? We eat it, we speak, we swallow. Lots of things are going on through this very obvious method. You don't have to be a scientist to understand. You are experiencing it in your life. Fine. And then we have guided him to opposite directions, if you like. Gave him the options. And then suddenly, as if these subjects are not related. Oh, suddenly comes here, all right? It is very difficult. We cannot really try to ascend the steep uphill because it is difficult. Why? Which one? To conclude that this universe must have been given existence by an absolute creator, the creator, originator. It is a source which really must have absolute qualities, or try to prove that the matter itself has such qualities that it gives existence to itself, it improves its existence by itself, it adapts itself to the environment by themselves. For example, the previous examples are given to me. 2 eyes are given to me. 1 tongue is given to me. 2 lips are given to me. And they are harmoniously working with my ears, with my brain, with my hands. Harmoniously working. Do the cells of my lip or tongue know the all beautiful, delicious food out there, so that it will develop itself to make the distinction between all sorts of tastes. Adopt himself, as if it knows it. It knows that there are hundreds of different kinds of tastes. So it must have given itself the quality to taste it. And also the mouth, the tongue, and the lips are going to work in harmony. Just understand, look, if there was no teeth here, those people who lose their teeth for any reason, maybe old age is generally how the order works. So When they speak, you see that the voice is coming funny, not perfect. Young men, when young man speaks, you know that, oh, that is a perfect. How about me? An old man speaking, definitely this must be a very old man. When you hear my voice and the way I speak, what does it mean? What do they all mean to me? It's a perfect order, and it is a perfect development demonstration from babyhood to the very old age and our death. Everything is perfectly arranged between innumerable numbers of cells in my body and other food that I eat, the taste that I enjoy, and the voice that I hear makes sense. My brain says, this means this means this man is like speaking this, and develops it. I can imagine the meaning where this meaning of the person, meaning of the speech that the person wants to transfer it to me. And then it will communicate with it, perfectly adjust with itself, and say, no, there's no creed. There's no order. No, just they are arranging themselves in this way. Do they have any quality to do that? Answer is, well, we see them they are doing. Like, let's say a person sees me speaking now, he says, he arranged himself in this way. How do you know? Is there any evidence? Do you think this man has this quality to give existence to his lips and tongue and teeth and eyes and mind, transferred nerve system, blood system, whatever there are there? But we see them, he's speaking. That's what he's doing it. But the source of existence is not me. It is given to me and I'm demonstrating it. So Qur'an explicitly, courageously claims that you cannot find any evidence if you try to ascend the steep up road. It is hard for you, impossible. It is impossible. So we say religion is difficult. Religious duties are difficult. To me, not at all. To make a right decision, saying and accepting, submitting my ego, because the ego represents the wrong way. Ego says, I don't want to accept any authority over me. I am the authority. That is what represented in the Quran by Shaitan. Says, no, I don't want to obey what you said. Serve human being. I don't want to serve human being. Yeah, that is the rejection of the reality that we are experiencing in this world. That is represented by Satan. Satan represents what? In the Quran, it is named Satan. Satan represents what? The steep uphill road. Difficult, hard, try. But you know what is going on in the world? I see that the cell is producing itself and trying to adapt itself, trying to survive. Why? Because every living being wants to continue its descendants, new generations. That's why they keep reproducing by dividing. Well, they are made in this way. Don't be ridiculous. They don't know what to produce. So how do you claim that such a nonsensical claim that the matter wants to be, to continue its new generations, to adapt itself and be the best so that it can continue its existence. Which quality there? What quality do you have there? Show me in matter one quality which will say that I have power, I have knowledge, I have free will, I have choice, and to make the best choice, and I have the ability to continue my new generations. And that is why I am trying to be the best for what? And so to survive, because those ones cannot adapt themselves, they fail. No, I don't want, I'm not that stupid. I don't want to lose my existence. Why? Because I am. Yeah, meaningless, but there is no reason. But as if seeing again, I keep breathing as everybody does. Every second we breathe, every second we breathe in and out, inhale, exhale. Why? Because we want to survive. Yeah, I'm a conscious being, but I'm created in this way. I didn't create this ability. I am created in this way. When I get old, when I die, I lost this ability and I don't breathe. Because somebody is operating on me, not me. I'm not the source of my own existence. I'm not the source of the existence of my cells. And my consciousness has nothing to do with my cells. My intelligence has nothing to do with my cells. My feelings have nothing to do with my cells. Cells are matter. My intelligence is completely non-matter. It's something immaterial. Whatever it is, no one can describe it. No one can describe the nature of human senses. No one can describe the nature of human intelligence. But there's a brain. Whose brain? This is my brain is operating. Oh, excuse me, your brain? This is the flesh. All right, but who are you? What are you talking about? So God is warning us not to try to ascend this steep uphill road. It is very difficult. You cannot endure it. You cannot be successful. You just claim, but this claim because you have the option to deny what the reality is. Watch out for yourself. That's why the previous verse, which we have given him, two ways to choose, opposing to each other. One is what intelligence completely confirms with no hesitation. The other one, human intelligence completely rejects it, but human free will may listen to his egoistic expectations that I'm not going to submit my existence to a creator for any reason. Of course, most of the reasons are, this institutionalized religion is corrupt. Maybe I'm not saying no. Maybe none of my business. The institutionalized religion may be corrupt, may not be corrupt. Some of them may be. Wherever you go, you find some people following the right path, you find some people following the wrong path. Among the religious people, maybe you can find the same thing happening there. Some people may not know what religion exactly is, that some people may exploit it, some people may still follow their ego while claiming they are following such and such religious tradition. Human beings are free. That is why we are given freedom to choose. That's right time, Fariha. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. So this verse number 11, so are we saying that there are several ways of interpreting it? Because what I got from your discourse thus far is that I can interpret ascending up the hill as far as striving to get the truth, or I can interpret it in such a way where, it's somewhere where I shouldn't be, but I'm forcing myself to be. You're muted if you're speaking.
Thank you. I think the second one, I should not force myself with no reason, acceptable reason, but there is an option to choose the wrong way. It means, no, matter is the source of existence, matter is acting, matter has these qualities. Or is there any sign that matter has these qualities? It is manifested in it, like the book. Paper has these qualities, ink has these qualities. Impossible, don't be crazy. And who can believe that this building is made by its bricks or materials themselves? Materials need to be given existence. I don't know, is there any way of interpreting which is acceptable by a human reason, rationality, intelligence, whatever you call it? That's why I am a human being. I cannot really bring any evidence, but my tongue, as a result of my choice of the wrong option, or this akabe, it is represented in the Quran as the high uphill road. How can you claim? You cannot do that. That's why Quran step by step explained to us, we have given you the eyes, and I mean, we can extend this. These are, for example, Quran didn't say, we have given you the intelligence. That is an abstract notion. Common people need very, very palpable examples that eyes, lip, tongue, ears. Yeah, why should I make the case difficult to understand? Some people who have not received, for any reason, education, so that they didn't educate themselves to think of on abstract way or abstract base. I cannot understand abstract notions. I keep asking, how do you define it? What does it mean, etc. But if someone says, you are given two eyes, I say, oh yeah, definitely. Why? I will see it. But you are given intelligence. Yeah, I have something, but what is that? I don't know. But I know. I know my eyes. I love the Quran's giving the simplest example possible. Yeah. Do you think somebody can present any reasonable option rather than what the universe declares, that whatever is happening on them has nothing to do with them? The author, who is called Nursi, we study his book on Saturdays. He says you can think about the universe like a book written by an intelligent being, because the meanings we communicate with the meanings, we are given the qualities to come. Oh, it is beautiful. Oh, it is well done. It is very strong. No, it is weak. Yeah, this is more beautiful than the other. Yeah, this is a tree, produces fruit. This is an animal, produces something else, but they cannot do that. Tree has no consciousness how to make fruit. Animal has no consciousness how to produce milk, meat, and hair, and I don't know, bones, whatever. And no, they are made in this way. Another option is, I don't want to admit that because I say, if a cat is created, what does it mean? I am too created. What does it mean? Oh, I cannot declare my existence as belonging to me. It is given to me, and I am in debt to somebody who has given me existence, life, all these beautiful qualities. And then I have to acknowledge him, be thankful, grateful to him. And my intelligence says, come on, ask that one. With your intelligence, you say, okay, how can I communicate with you? You see where we are going now? When we said, the cat must be created by the one who created the universe, takes me where? Worshipping my creator. Looking for a way to communicate with him, expressing my gratitude to him. What shall I do? What shall I do in this position? Why do I not express my thankfulness to a one who gave me all this wonderful, beautiful existence? Why? Even somebody, if I ask them, well, do you know how to go there somewhere, X? They say, go this and turn right. And oh, thank you, thank you. Why? He gave you a favor. What's the favor? Show it the way to go this way because he has been here and experienced the way. That's it. He was kind enough to respond back to my request. How about my whole existence? No, you must be crazy to run away from this grateful, rationally necessary path. But we have been given two options. And the one who created me with these options, immediately afterwards, although it looks like at first, if you warns me, hey, be careful, be careful. If you go to the wrong option, you will find yourself in trouble, meaninglessness, purposelessness. You will suffer from despair, hopelessness. Why? Because you will think that I happen to be like this. I don't know why, and I don't want to lose my beautiful life. I want to enjoy everything, but I'm going to get old and die. Why do you torture yourself, man? Watch out. That's what it is beautiful, the way the rhetoric of the Quran is excellent. Although at first, the sections have nothing to do with them. If you don't think really, why did he say this, verse 10, and then 11, and then come here? Oh, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ? And what will make you comprehend what the uphill road is? Oh, who will explain to you if I don't? It means really. Literal translation, what we are in. If the one who created you will explain to you which way is right, which way is wrong, which is what very difficult, hard, and impossible to go. The other one is easy, smooth, and you will happy. You will be happy by choosing the respectful human way, respectful to the truth, respectful to the grace, and thankful. Be thankful to the grace. Apart from your creator, which matter which matter can tell you? Which human being, even human being, which will find out without hearing from the revelation that there is a God, there must be a God, and God is the one who gave existence to the universe. And we say, oh, this is very funny, this universe. It is almost impossible to explain how all these trillions of different kinds of creatures are happening, but all of them perfectly working, helping each other, cooperating and collaborating with each other, complementing each other's duty. Who is arranging it? So, who is going to tell you what Aqaba is? It means this steep uphill. It means the following the opposite option of the truth, and it is horrible for you. Who will tell you this apart from your creator? It means we have been given the ability to acknowledge the truth and option to deny the truth. But we were not left alone like this. We have been given the option to confirm the truth and be happy with it, and to deny it and be miserable, meaningless life you will have. And despair always. When am I going to die? When am I going to die and lose everything? I don't want to lose it. Why don't you want to lose it? Who taught you that you shouldn't want to lose your existence, your beautiful life, your enjoyments? Why do you struggle to get more and more enjoyments until you die? At the end, you become nothing. Why do you bother? Where do you get the senses? Did you develop yourself? So how did you do that? Everybody has been given these qualities, and just we are practicing it and giving the freedom to practice it in both, either this way or another option. Choose the option from one option to against the other, and then the consequences are left to us. We have to either enjoy it or suffer. So, did we understand how the rhetoric of the verses follow each other? That is very important. Now, suddenly subject changes. Again, seems to be, of course, it is to liberate from slavery. Now, we have to be very careful. Look at the context now. Look at the context now. How can you avoid from being so senseless, meaningless, claiming that I don't have a creator, I happen to be accidentally like this, and I'm going to die, what shall I do? But do you love happiness? Do you love to enjoy your life? Yeah, where did you get these ideas? The sense of love for happiness. Where did you get it? It is automatic in you. It is ingrained in you, right? So the Creator is as if begging us. Wow. Free yourself from being a slave of your egocentric caprices, not obstinate egotistic attitude. I want to be independent myself. No. Free yourself from this meaningless, baseless claim. Free yourself. Right? It is to liberate from slavery. So the main purpose of this verse here, as far as my two options are concerned, I have to free myself from slavery. How can I do that? Practice it. Yeah, I can say I'm going to choose the right way, and I'm not going to really put myself in an unacceptable option and then struggle to prove it, to confirm it, force myself. And I have to say, no, I must accept that this book must have a creator. This universe is like a mirror. This author I mentioned says this universe is like a mirror. What is reflected there? Beautiful qualities reflected there, qualities belonging to its creator. And a piece of art manifests the quality of the artist, not a piece of art that made of matter, any kind of matter, maybe I don't know, iron or bronze or marble or paper, I don't know, maybe a material, fabric, and the artist decorated on it. And how easy to say that the artist was wonderful, has a really good quality or bad quality, whatever. Do we say that for example, looking at, for example, there's a carpet here, looking at the carpet and say, you know, this material of the carpet is worked 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion years. And at the end, they had this harmonious decoration on it. I'm looking at the carpet now, decoration on it, and survived as a carpet. So what's wrong with you? What are you doing? What are you doing? The universe is trillion times more perfect than the simple carpet. But essentially, their matter is the same. Atoms, particles, the unconscious particles, as we see it. They don't have any quality. They are subject to the order, and it means as the orderer wants them to be, they have to be in this position. They have to manifest the qualities of their orderer, creator. It is so easy. Free yourself from the slavery of egoistic concerns and following this way and trying to say that the carpet happened to be out there as a result of developments of natural disasters. Come on, I'm telling a legend. But you know, life is working in this way. Where did you get the life? Where did you get the qualities of the life, senses of the life? Cats have their senses. Dogs have their senses. I don't know. Rabbits have their senses. The bugs have their senses. They want to preserve themselves. If you want to kill them, they run away, they hide. They know that you cannot get under the sink, for example. So they can go there, hide, and say, you cannot come here. How do they know? How do they know the life is precious? Who made them love life? Cells? Atoms? At the end, cells are made up of atoms, particles. Do they have anything? This consciousness? Liberate yourself. How do I do it? By liberating what I am seeing within myself, what I am seeing outside. This first is, extremely important. We should not reduce this kind of pearls, I don't know, diamonds, whatever, the very precious, priceless, whatever they are. I don't know the names of this treasures, precious stones, whatever metals, whatever they are, into very simple, only very simple, but we will come there. I hope we have time. We will come there, of course, freeing the human slaves. Yes, we will come there, but this is the last stage. Okay, now let's start here. We have to free ourselves from this slavery of egoistic desires and claims, and then we have to liberate the plants, animals, other creatures from being as if they exist by themselves, as if they are saying this. So the matter acts this way. No, matter cannot act this way. It is created in this way. Free from these accusations, you just really claim on innocent matter, fulfilling its job perfectly, manifesting the qualities of its creator. It is created in this way. It has no other option anyway. That's why we started the class from saying that the angelic side of the universe demonstrates that they have no option but exist and demonstrate what the creator has given to them. But human beings have the option to their mirror, let's say, their existence like a mirror, and what they do, they dirty the mirror, cover up the mirror, claim that I exist by myself. There is nothing else reflecting in me. I myself reflecting in my own mirror. Don't do the same thing. Accusations to other creatures altogether. Liberate them from these accusations. Okay, let's come more. Practical life. You see that somebody is accusing the matter as not reflecting the qualities of its creator, but declaring that I exist by myself, I developed myself, I evolved in this way by myself. Come on. No, the matter says, impossible. I have no quality to do that. Liberate it. Okay, how about a human being? Human beings are created free. God says, I gave you freedom to choose this way or this way. That is my grant to you. You have to be free. But some people are taking under captivity slavery. And the Qur'an again, the same verse again, must be applied in trying to save this man from being a slave and help him to gain his primordial capacity, a free man, to decide what to want, what to choose. Yeah, this is the last stage. But the first, the second stage, the universe, every being, don't accuse them, and human slaves. So I would say, they say in Islam, slavery is not really abrogated, completely abolished. It is ridiculous to claim that. Some stupid people, using their power, interpreted egoistic interpretations, say that, sometimes you have to have slaves. It is also possible because the prophet did it. Of course, at a social level, but to change the whole system, the whole world was based on that time, all civilizations, including the civilization that the revelation revealed, sent on, the social structure was based on slaves and masters. That is how the social life was, economical life was, whatever the business was like, everything was like this. So to eradicate this practice takes place. No one can change his way of life overnight if he is not educated and prepared. This verse, Fekku Rakabe, that's it. Slavery is abolished in Islam. Constitutionally illegal. But let's practice it and get the people used to it. So further commands or guidance come from the Creator, teaches us that, look, there must be some ways of liberating the slaves. For example, if you make a mistake for any reason, a serious mistake, you have to liberate that slave as your punishment. And if you swear or falsely on something, if you break your swearing, your oath for any reason, you have to liberate a slave. And if you want to really gain a human dignity in the eye of your Creator, the first thing is, if you have a slave, then liberate this slave. Excuses upon excuses. Practically get the society ready to practice it. Constitutionally abrogated. Why? At least Fekku Rakabe. There are many of them. Many of them before practically slavery was completely eradicated. But some people may say, I'm a Muslim, and sultans, the kings, for example, may say, I have some slaves because I have inherited them from my father, my father got it from that wall or that war or I don't know, conflict, captured some place. I don't know how really reasonable it is. Excuses for their sexual drive. I cannot accept it. But it took time during the life of the Prophet socially become a practice of the whole society. Yes, it is human nature. We cannot change overnight. That we understand. Especially human beings, I mean, the individual person cannot change overnight, let alone the whole society. Worldwide practice will be eradicated. The first in the world. Constitutionally eradicate and educated the people step by step, how to liberate the slaves was what the Qur'an claimed, Islam. We must be proud of it. We are studying the Qur'an. 1,450 years ago, slavery was abrogated, completely abolished. The most, how do you say, claims to be the leaders of democracy and liberty. When did they abolish slavery? Just 100 years ago. Yeah. The most intelligent, highly developed, intelligent, famous philosophers, the Greek philosophers, where among them slavery was abolished. Their philosophy was based on slavery. Yeah. So 3 stages of liberating oneself, but never forget the most essential of them, your personality. Second, the creation. Third, in social life, some people really were taken or deprived of their freedom, which God says, I gave you freedom. I gave him 2 ways and Fekku Rakabe. Hey, liberate yourself. In the social the life context, liberate the man who is enslaved by another one because of the social structure. A baby is born out of a slave with no reason. He is a slave as well. Why? Because his father is a slave. Come on, my father died. What is it to do with me? I am created free with two ways to choose. I am given this favor by my creator. Who are you? But power, caprices, incredible human caprices. We have to watch out. That is this word 12. Who is going to tell you? What is going to inform you what this hard way is really hard, apart from your creator? It means apart from your creator. Of course, he has given me the quality to acknowledge that this is a very difficult way to choose. Am I crazy? Is it anything wrong with me that I'm choosing this way, claiming that I exist by myself and I develop by myself? My life is developed accidentally, randomly like this. Why do you force me? Why do you try to cheat me with no evidence? It is so obvious. Now, what made the right choice obvious is the creator. What made the wrong choice obvious as to be the wrong? It is your creator. Again, I really love this expression in Arabic, but unfortunately I cannot really represent it in English. But look at this translation. There's no taste at all. What shall we do? That is the matter of Quranic, miraculous rhetoric. And what will make you comprehend what the uphill road is? Yeah. What is it? What? When you say idrak, or these words are وَمَا إِدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ. Oh, this is something sweet of the language of the Quran. Inshallah, we will learn, work. Young people, come on, hurry. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The time is really late. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. Inshallah. I'll see you next Wednesday. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.